square root of 9 is 3. Woo! The square root of other bigger numbers. You know? You're like, this is fun. I can do this my whole life. You know? That's what I thought of it. And then the teacher's like, well, have fun with it. Just whatever you do, don't take the square root of the negative number. You're like, I wasn't going to. Why did you say that? Well, just don't do it. You can't do it. You can't take the square root of a negative number, so don't do it. Like, I didn't want to until now. I really want to do it. Why can't you take the square root of a negative number? Because you can't. Because you put a negative number on there and nothing comes down. You can't do it. You don't even try. What do you do this teaching job? But you just accept it. You just have to accept it. You just can't take the square root of a negative number, but you just, you know,
don't seem too happy with Spider-Man
you bury
destroying
the
those
trauma.
blinds.
You don't really ask questions, right? That's what you do, not to ask questions. You're just like, oh, it's like, all right, you can't take the square root of a negative number. You put the trauma under your square root. Shove it down. And then you go on with your life, you know, you keep bearing more and more trauma, and now you're in high school, a couple years later, and you have acne now. You know, your hormones are changing. You really have a great life, relatively, but you're not aware of it, so you hate yourself.
We're ready for it.
So now you're in high school, and your high school math teacher walks in one day. Says, all right, kids, today we're going to take the square root of -1. You're like, oh, you are. My teacher on drugs? You can't do that. Everybody knows you can't take the square root of a negative number. Your teacher's like, why would you think that? Because my elementary school teacher said so. And I believe everything my elementary school teacher says. And your high school teacher laughed. You were lied to. You've been lied to this whole time. Because you can't take the square root of a negative number. And we're going to do it today. Like, don't do it. The world's going to explode. That's why we're right now. Take the square root of -1. You're like, oh my God. What is the square root of -1? Like, is it 100? Yeah. The teachers for sure. Despite what you were told previously, I didn't take the square root of negative numbers.
Reinforcements? Really? Couldn't handle me yourself?
Like, don't sense.
I knew I could find what it
Never take the square root of negative numbers. My life myself.
Grenade out!
But what is this mysterious time? Like this type of way? What does I even stand for? Israel. I'm kidding, obviously, but some would say it's imaginary too. It won't way to get to that punchline, but the day I heard about it, was just like the day of nothing was going to get the same.
What's a base without its blinds?
You can take imaginary numbers by finding the square root of a negative number. And
Let's see what this carrier pigeons carry. They're holed up here on the Upper West Side.
I was like, this is so up this whole time.
Is that the
You
abandoned
told
hotel?
me you can't take the square root of a negative number, and you also
it's not
told me
so
that my
abandoned now.
imaginary friends weren't real. But it turns out they were just the square root of my negative friends.